Today we are going to discuss the concept of nested loop in C++. To understand the concept of nested loop, you can take this analogy that this is an outer gear and this is an inner gear. And for one iteration of outer gear, let's suppose this inner gear have will have three iterations. So if the this outer loop has two iterations, then it means this inner loop will have six iterations, and similarly, if this outer loop has three iterations, then this inner loop will have nine iterations. Because for each iteration of the outer loop, the inner loop will have three iterations. So let's see this in the code example. Uh, so Here, let's say, yes, here we have the outer loop. This outer loop has will run three times, and for each iteration of the outer loop, the inner loop will also run three times. So in total, the iterations of this inner loop will become 3 into 3, 9. So let's make it 9, 3 here because it is not 5, so it is 3. So let's execute this code to better understand the concept. One second, sorry. So this is it. We execute the code and just a second. Okay. So here you can see, you can understand the code that the first time when we came here for the first iteration of the outer loop, we printed this O one time, then we entered into the inner loop, and in the inner loop this I was printed three times. Then again for second time I was printed three times, and the third time I was printed three times. So in total the inner loops iterations were 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9. So this is a simple formula to compute the iteration of the inner loop, the iteration of the outer loop into iteration of the inner loop, that is 9 here. And there are many applications for this of this nested loop. Let's say if you want to print the tables from 1 to 9, you can simply change this loop to print the tables. So let's do it. Let's say I want to print the tables from let's say 2 to 5. So I started from 2, and let's say make it 6 here, so it will print from 2 to 5. And then in the inner loop I will run the loop from 1 to, let's say, 11. So it will because it's less than 11, so it will run till 10. And here I print the table. So let's say I say here I have J into, I print the star sign, then I, and let's make I here and J here, and then I print the equal sign just to show the equal, and then I show the multiple of I and J, I into J. So let's say also we show the end line here. Okay, so I just comment out this line, and I think this is fine because after each table we will have little gap. So here we are going to print the mathematical tables from figure 2 to 5. So let's see what it does. So yes, so here you can see this is the table of 2. Oh, sorry. Oh, I think I accidentally closed that. Let's start it again. Yes. So here you can see that this is a table of 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6. and so on. This is a table of 3, 3 2 plus 6, 3 4 plus 12, so on and so on till 5. So you can also have there are so many applications of nested loop. Like you can also compute the uh, prime numbers from 1 to 100 or whatever you want. And for the logic of prime numbers, you can have the logic. Let me show just the code. You can code it yourself. This is the my code for computing prime numbers. So here you started from I is equal to 1 till 100, and in start I set prime is true, so I suppose the number would be prime. But if this number is divisible by some number, then it would no more be prime. So I will set the this flag as false. So here because you cannot divide a number which is by a number which is more than half of its value, like you cannot divide any number by more than its half value. Like you cannot divide 10 by 6. You can the maximum number that can divide 10 is 5, and 5 is the half of 10. So the inner loop will run from 2 to the half of the outer number. So here if it is divisible, I will set the boolean as false, and if the boolean is not false, it means it was not divided by any number, so then we will print that number. So this is another application, and you can also search yourself on the internet to find other examples of nested loops. So that was the simple concept of nested loop. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye bye.